Hi, I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making this card, actually a pink variation of this card. It's using the stamp set Southern Serenade, which is in the 2018 Spring Summer catalogue. A really fabulous set. It's got some really vintagey style imagery and it's great for colouring in too. I am going to be using my current favourite tool, which is the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus is available from the 1st of June 2018 in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalogue, although there are some people who've actually got theirs already. It was a pre-order in November and December of last year. So don't worry if you don't have one yet, put it on your wish list for the 1st of June. But if you've got one and you're ready to stamp, then I will show you how to be using your Stamparatus to make this card. Now what I will say is, of course, you can make this card just using your stamps and your wooden blocks or your clear acrylic blocks. This Stamparatus just kind of makes it a bit quicker and easier to get everything lined up each time. And also, if you're making multiples, then it's a great tool to have. So would it surprise you to know that I made over 100 of these? Every month I send out cards to my Stampin' Up! Team of demonstrators for achievements in sales and recruiting, promotions, title advancements. I send out cards for their anniversary, Stampin' Up! Anniversary, their birthdays, and also my customers' birthdays too. And every single online order that comes to me, I send them a handmade card as well. So I make a lot of cards and you know, that's why this is the greatest job in the world. But for me to be able to make cards that look as beautiful as this every time is fabulous. So let's get started with the crafting. So this is a close-up of the card that we're going to be making today. We're actually going to be making a berry burst version. This is actually Marina Mist, but all of the other colours will be exactly the same. I'm going to show you the standard version and then the stepped up version, which has got some sparkles and some pearls on it as well. So let's get started. So we're going to use the lovely lace, the happy birthday, and the flowers. And I'm going to get my Stamparatus. Now, the Stamparatus has 2 plates. And I know that the plates tend to reflect a bit on camera, so apologies if you get a reflection of my phone, which is doing the filming. I will move the plates as quickly as I can. So I have 1 plate in already, and I'm going to put my 2nd plate in now. I'm just going to move the ink pads out of the way, but I'll just show you the colours that we've got. So early espresso and crumb cake, wild wasabi and berry burst. Then I've got crumb cake card blank, berry burst layer, vanilla envelopes, a vanilla layer as well for the front of the card. And for the inside of the card as well. Okay, so we're going to be stamping on this layer first. So this is this bit. So what I'm going to do is put my cardstock in. Now, I've already put a piece of grid paper down. Just in case I overstamp, it just means that it's easier to clean up. And then, oh, I'm going to get my magnet and just put my magnet on the edge, just there like that. So if I bring the card in, you'll be able to see. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put the lace layer there, and then I'm going to lift this. No, I'm doing it this way. There is a good reason why. So I'm doing it on this side. So I'm just giving it a good press. And if you actually, I'm hoping that, let me bring it forwards a bit so it's definitely in shot. Just give it a good press so it's nice and tight on there. And then we've got the flower stamp. So that's going there. So we want that there-ish. A bit lower down. So about there. And then we want the happy birthday. And the fab thing is I can stamp these both at the same time. So that's going to work really well. Okay, I didn't press that hard enough. Press it down again. There we go. And like I said, so if with your stamps, just give them a good press over the top. And you can see my hand is underneath the plate just to stop the plate from bending. So let's start with the crumb cake layer. So I'm just inking it up, and then I'm going to press this down, and then I'm going to lift it up and move it over. And my magnet's just a little bit in the way. I haven't re-inked it, but this is what is going to give me my softer image. I'm just going to lift that up. Now, if you prefer an even softer image, let me just put this back down. So if I lift it up, move it along again, I've not re-inked. You can just see how much softer that is. Okay, so I'll just move that along one and just do that. There we go. So I can use that for another time. So I'm going to pop this one back into the corner, and then these magnets are so strong. And then I'm going to ink up my flower image like so. So I've got two stamps on here, obviously. That is really quick. So how quick was that? And the thing is, I know that I can do another one and it will be exactly the same. So look, okay, let's just do this without me chatting and just show you. There. How quick is that? So if you've got thank you cards or invitations or other things like that, you can do lots in a batch. So that's fab. So I'm actually going to move my Stamparatus out of the way now because I don't actually need it for the rest of the card. Move my ink pads out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of colouring in. Now, I've said I don't need my Stamparatus, but I do. Oop, good job I didn't put it away. I need it for the inside layer. So, I'm just going to use that piece, get the early espresso. And for the extra flowers. So I'm just going to press that down there like that because I need to cut these flowers out later. And the inside layer as well. So what I'm actually going to do is ink up the flower and move it down to that one, I think. Yeah, and then I'm going to move this across and down a little bit. Yeah, that's it. And then I'm just going to stamp it. So there we've got lovely flower on the inside. Okay, now I can move my Stamparatus out of the way. So I've got colouring for the inside to do, colouring for the front to do, and colouring for cutting out to do. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll just do a couple and then I'll whiz up the camera, make it go speedy so you don't have to watch me colouring in real time. So this is a blender pen, Stamping Up blender pen. They come 3 to a pack. They've got some kind of magic chemical in it. I don't know what it is, but it works. And what you do is you squash your ink pad like this, and you get ink in the lid and you use the blender pen. It kind of squeaks a bit and you colour in. When you've finished using a colour, you just scrub it on your grid paper or a scrap piece of paper and pick up another colour. A hint and tip, don't stick your blender pen on your ink pad because the magic chemicals go into your ink pad and leave a little white spot, and you don't want that. So I am just going to colour in this flower here. And what I'm actually going to be doing is doing lots of different tones of colour by choosing to put more colour on my blender pen or not. So you'll be able to see I'm going to get darker bits and lighter bits, and I love that as a variation of colour. So, okay, so that's, oh no, that piece there as well, that's a flower. As is that. Can you see how many different tones we've got? As is that. So one colour of ink and all of these different shades. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing all of the colouring, speeding up, and I will talk to you when it's all done. Okay, so that's all of the colouring done. So what I'm going to do now, excuse me, what I'm going to do now is just show you the assembled card, and then I'll do the stepped up version. So let's get a couple of mats. So a little bit of Tombow. And this is a berry burst layer. And that is going to go on the front of my card. Like so. Oh, I've got some ink on my finger. That's okay, it's dry, so that's not going to get everywhere. Okay, and then this is the inside layer. And I'm actually going to put this on a berry burst layer as well. Just gives such a fab pop of colour. And then that is going to go on the inside. So this is actually the completed card. Perfectly flat for posting, which is fabulous. Lovely place inside to do your writing as well. So what I'm going to do now is show you my little stepped up version. Now what I've done is 3 of the flowers I've actually coloured in. And now I'm going to use this Wink of Stella. Now Wink of Stella is mica and it's beautiful, and this is the clear one. and it just it gives sparkle and glitter without the mess. And I'm just hoping that the camera's going to be able to pick up the sparkle that it adds. It is so lovely. It really does lift the ink. It's really pretty. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of fussy cutting to do, and when you're fussy cutting, move your cardstock around. Don't move your scissors. And honestly, I know that lots of people struggle with fussy cutting and don't like it, but practice, honestly practice, it will make it so much easier, and then you will be more pleased with your results, and therefore then you'll like it a bit more. But as I said, you know, the card looks beautiful just as it is, and the couple of hundred that I made were this version. So this is just kind of an add-on extra if you wanted to. So that's the two. So that's those two, and they're actually going to go just there. And then just cut out this one as well. It's funny how it goes quiet when I'm cutting. I'm concentrating. It's kind of hard to talk and cut. There we go. Okay. So that's both of those. Now I'm going to use glue dots to stick them down. I can use Tombow, but I'm going to put a pearl on them. And I just want the flower to kind of curve up. And having the glue dot actually helps with that. Now I'm just trying to work out which way round it is. It's that way round. It doesn't matter if you don't get it perfectly on the top of the flower, because it just gives it a bit more dimension. So, ooh, sticking to my fingers, it's easier to do that one because you know which way up it goes. So I'm just going to curve them up, and like I say, the glue dot gives it a little bit of dimension and just holds it steady. And then I'm going to put some pearls on. So I'm going to put a pearl on the centre of those flowers. Now I'm using my paper snips to put the pearls on, or use a pokey tool. Because these have got glue on the back, it's just easier. I know lots of my customers actually love to use tweezers. I've never really got on with tweezers, but I love using these. I think we need two more pearls. One there, and one up here as well. Okay. So here is the finished card. It looks really beautiful in the berry burst, and here is the original one in Marina Mist. As you can see, it's exactly the same card, the same layout, everything. Just the colour makes a difference. So this is a great way of changing up the way that you're doing your card making just by using a variety of colours. I mean, this card would look fabulous in yellows or oranges or purples. So I hope you enjoyed making the cards today using Southern Serenade. All of the items I've used in the video today you can purchase in my online store. If you scroll down in YouTube or click the See More button and scroll down on my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com, and you'll be able to see all the links there. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll always be notified when I have a new video. And pop over to my blog as well. Subscribe to that too for more creative inspiration. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.